by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is. You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is. You're dying. That's true. You're dying. That's true. You're dying. You're dying. You're dying. You're dying. That's true. And
Mr. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Joe can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson, or you. They are not accountable to us. They're accountable to whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people. They're not your friends. They are elected servants, and start fucking treating them that way.
I hear Brownie is seconding you in the background.
They're not your fucking friends. They're the people standing in between us and fucking healthcare. They're putting their fucking personal position ahead of that. Don't fucking forget that. What are you talking about? I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our town hall. Every fucking one of them is selling you out and canceling you for their own personal gain.
So stupid, so stupid. Thank you, thank you. So stupid, so stupid. Thank you, thank you. Unbelievable.
and then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught,
that was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position. Retweet. I'll put it out there.
In person, in my office, in Philadelphia. That's where they should be done.
no good. No good.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Everybody digging my chili when I'm laying down? That is not true.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and, you know, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
$7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp. $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave in the worst parts of Europe, produced from the lowest forms of humanity.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Unbelievable.
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right? The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right? They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
I don't wear a mask like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen. We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal.
Bad deal. Should have never been thought of.
After his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. A real beautiful company. Not good. Believe me, not good.
They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All, the hittest, hottest show in the history of shows. I gotta do my thing where I do this. I don't know why I do this. I just do this. For whatever reason, the cable is always in a haphazard location. Every single time, as soon as the show starts, I have to do this. It's just a routine. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. Hopefully everyone is also feeling pretty good. As you can see, I have not brushed this side of my hair. I brushed this side a little bit, as that's visible. But this side, I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to brush that side, but I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to get it over with. So give you some content here. You can hear the hair being ripped from my head. Where's Max? Max is on the floor. He's on the floor. He's a floor dog. He's on the floor. Hopefully everyone's having a good time. Should I do a roll call? Should I do that? Let's do a roll call. Alright, scrolling up, folks. Damien in the chat room first. We got Quibble in the chat room second. We got Witch Shunt Aunt Tifa. Matthew Tulip. We got Bob. We got Joe Chen Spalding. We've got Dusty Skirlette. We've got Billiard Ass Motherfucking Dilliard. We've got Vertigo. We've got J ass to the motherfucking L. We got Sure Yif. We've got myself saying to retweet things that no one's retweeting. We've got Loren, real name. We've got Chokin on Ashes 61. We've got Fructose Distribution Agency in the chat room, who honestly, to be honest, I think I need to ban the Fructose Distribution Agency. This is not a good agency, folks. Joe F in the chat room. We've got Claudach Lemaire in the chat room. We've got Josh Keese in the chat room. We got Boy Gihosti. We got Babalob Carmodilol. We got Sam Talrico. We've got Captain Spook. We've got is that Nicholas Nordlund. We've got Ali CIA in the chat. We've got Jalal Nowhere Man in the chat. We've got Sonic the Hedgehog. Bye-bye, Sonic the Hedgehog. Have I played Mega Man 11? Yes, I have. It's tremendous. Have I missed anyone? We got John Crafter crafting up a classic chat message. We got Mac Strackbine. We got Yodeller Yodels. We got Not Me. We got the Hirta Express. Yes, the CIA is in here factually. I will say Clouda every time you do a roll call. Yeah, I mean I love mispronouncing people's names, so I hope I hope that that's not offensive, and if it is, I mean I apologize, but all right, folks, that's it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, what do we got here? We got some bullshit, folks. I just checked Twitter. Folks, cancel culture is trending again. Let me see if this is worth talking about. Oh, this is definitely worth talking about. Oh, yeah? This is absolutely worth talking. Okay. All right, folks. I didn't plan on covering this today, but, cancel culture. This actually just came out 2 minutes ago. Hell yes. Oh, breaking news, folks. Breaking news. All right, folks. So, the woke mob, whom I have made many videos critical of the woke mob, everyone, but the woke mob is at it again. Now, let me tell you a little story. When I was in elementary school, every year we would celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday, and we would have cake. That's right, folks. Dr. Seuss has been canceled by the woke mob. So here we have freedom fighter and truth teller Sarah A. Carter. 6 Dr. Seuss books will cease publication due to racial imagery, company says. So let's click their website. Let's check this out. This is not good. This just came out. This is hot, spanking news. This is breaking ass news, everyone. So Dr. Seuss has been canceled by the woke mob. First they came for the Muppets, and I said nothing because I wasn't a Muppet. Then they came for Mr. Potato Head, and I said nothing because I'm not a potato head. And now they've come for Dr. Seuss. And you know what? I've had enough. So, Dr. Seuss Enterprises has announced it will cease the publication and licensing of 6 of his books due to racist and insensitive imagery, the company said Tuesday. These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong, Dr. Seuss Enterprises told the Associated Press in a statement. Ceasing sales of these books is only part of our commitment and our broader plan to ensure Dr. Seuss Enterprises' catalog represents and supports all communities and families. Again, folks, the woke mob has struck. Copies of And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street, If I Ran the Zoo, McElligot's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Eggs Super, and The Cat's Quizzer will no longer be published. Folks, that's correct. The woke mob has essentially done what I would even go as far as to say this is similar to the Nazi book burnings. This is very, Dr. Seuss is an all-American pastime, one of our favorite people. And the woke mob, Nazi socialists, are deciding to burn his books. His legacy is being tarnished, everyone. The decision to cease publication and sales of the books was made last year after months of discussion, the company told the AP. Dr. Seuss's Enterprises listened and took feedback from our audiences, including teachers, academics, and specialists in the field as part of our review process. We then worked with a panel of experts, including educators, to review our catalog of titles. The statement continued. The Cat in the Hat, one of Seuss's most popular books, has also received criticism, but will continue to be published for now. Folks, for now! How much longer will the woke mob be at their antics? Will the Cat in the Hat be canceled next year? Is this going to be a slow distribution of cancellations? Adding more tinder onto the book-burning fires of yesteryear? For now, folks. How long will the Cat in the Hat last? Dr. Seuss's Enterprises, however, said they are committed to listening and learning and will continue to review our entire portfolio. The announcement comes on what would have been Dr. Seuss's 117th birthday, a date that is celebrated as Read Across America Day. When I was a kid in elementary school, I would have cake in the gymnasium and we would read The Cat in the Hat. And now, kids can't even go to school. Unbelievable. Numerous other popular children's books have been criticized recently for alleged racism, such as the 2007 book Should We Burn Babber and Curious George. So as we see here, fellow freedom fighter Mary Margaret Olohan says, I hate it here, highlighting text that says critics have also faulted the Curious George books for their premise of a white man bringing home a monkey from Africa. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. So the woke mob at it again, trying to make sure that racism isn't being taught in schools, whether consciously or subconsciously. And to be honest, it's unbelievable. So, again, even Max is upset. Hello, Max. Max will no longer understand the beauty of Curious George because the woke mob has decreed it so, folks. Isn't that right, Max? Man, you really stink. I need to give you a bath. You're a stinky doggy. You're stinky. Oh. Oh. Stinky doggy, stinky doggy. Oh. Oh my God, look at this dog. You have a birthday cake Quest bar for breakfast. Fuck yes, buddy. I can't have birthday cake flavor anymore. I had birthday cake Quest bars during a very traumatic incident in my life, and whenever I smell them, I get triggered, unironically. That is not to say that it's a bad flavor. It's a pretty good flavor. Andrea doesn't wash her dog. I mean, I wash the dog sometimes. It's just he's starting to stink. It happens. Look at that dog. Fucking wash her dog. Oh, Jesus. I have not tried that, Mark Reidler. How's everyone doing today? I'm trying to get comfortable, but like, I can't. It's just impossible. As you may notice, I've got a blanket on me. This is because I'm not wearing pants, folks. I am naked from the waist down. I'm just kidding. It's actually really cold. So that's why I've got a blanket on. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Woo! I'm getting my ass kicked by classes. I first read that as cheese. Like when I first saw that sentence pop up on the screen, I read that as cheese. I'm getting my ass kicked by cheese? But I thought that that would be a much more entertaining sentence, but unfortunately now it's just sad. Most dogs have hair, and it needs to be washed. Oh, don't I know? Don't I know? Anyway, non-boomer ringtone. I do need a non-boomer ringtone. I still don't know how to change. I've had a cell phone. This is like the first cell phone I've ever had. I didn't have a cell phone until like 4 years ago. And I've never changed, and I don't know how to change the ringtone in any capacity, so. You're sad that you can't get pregnant? I'm sorry about that, bud. I am a true bi-cheesicle. Wait. I am a true bi-cheesicle. Huh? Am I right? I'll be here all day, folks. Thank you. All right. So anyway, what do we have next? Let's talk about this. Broke any weightlifting records lately? Yes, actually. I've got my weight here, and I'm lifting it in weight in record time. Hold up. In fact, I'm gonna time it right now. Hold up. Check this out. So we got a stopwatch on my cell phone. We got a stopwatch, and I'm going to break a record live on stream. So boom, and stop. All right, see, I did it. I broke the record live on. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. All right, so let's get into the news. This is something I thought I would read this article on CNBC. Chances are CNBC is going to be the most triggered by this, so let's check it out. So, Elizabeth Warren and Bernard Sanders propose a 3% wealth tax on billionaires. Now, I gotta say, this is some liberal bullshit. And what I mean by liberal bullshit is 3%? That's it? What? You should be taking 100% of these people's money. Anyway, so let's read from CNBC. A slew of Democrats on Capitol Hill, including progressive Senators Elizabeth Warren, D. Mass, and Senator Bernard Sanders, I. VT, on Monday proposed a 3% total annual wealth tax on wealth exceeding $1 billion. 3%? That's it? Again, unbelievable. They also called for a lesser 2% annual wealth tax on the net worth of households and trusts ranging from $50 million to $1 billion. That's actually really good. 50 million, not 500 million, but 50 million. Maybe that's pretty good. The ultra-millionaire tax aims at reining in a widening U.S. wealth gap, which has been exacerbated by the COVID pandemic. The ultra-rich and powerful have rigged the rules in their favor so much that the top 0.1% pay a lower effective tax rate than the bottom 99%, and billionaire wealth is 40% higher than before the COVID crisis began. If it's 40% higher, we should be taking 80% of their money. Back me up, folks. Come on. Warren said Monday in a statement. I think today's Monday. Is today Tuesday? What day is today? Jesus Christ. Just dropped my phone on the floor. Is today Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. Holy shit. Anyway, folks. About 100,000 Americans, or fewer than 1 in 1,000 families, would be subjected to a wealth tax in 2023, according to Emmanuel Says and Gabriel Zuckman, economists at the University of California, Berkeley. The policy would raise at least $3 trillion over a decade, they found. Warren calls for the tax revenues to be invested in childcare and early education, K-12 education, and infrastructure. Aside from Warren and Sanders, other co-sponsors of the legislation include Senators Sheldon Whitehouse from Rhode Island, Jeff Merkley from Oregon, Kirsten Gillibrand from New York, Brian Schatz from Hawaii, Edward Mackey from Mass, and Maisie Hirano? Maze? I'm not so sure. I don't know some of these people. From Hawaii, Representatives Pramila Jayapal, Brendan Boyle, or is it Boyley? Is it Boyle or Boyley? I don't know. Are also co-sponsors. The bill likely faces significant obstacles in the Senate, where Democrats hold the slimmest of minorities. Or majorities. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. I need to drink more coffee. Alright, CNBC, bringing it home, folks. Some groups also forecast a wealth tax would have some negative effects. Oh no! What if I won't be able to afford my 18th yacht? All I wanted was to get 20 yachts so that I could have one in every sea in the world, and then have like a backup one in every sea, and then have another backup, and then another. Why? A 2020 Tax Foundation analysis of separate Warren and Sanders wealth tax proposals during their presidential runs found they would reduce the U.S. economic output by 0.37% and what? They would reduce the fucking economic output? What does that even mean? What? A wealth tax would also face administrative and compliance challenges, such as difficulty valuing assets and likely tax evasion schemes. They already fucking evade taxes! What? The ultramillionaire tax would attempt to address some of these issues. The legislation would invest $100 billion into IRS systems and personnel, ensure a 30% audit rate for the super wealthy, and impose a 40% exit tax on wealthy Americans who seek to renounce their citizenship to avoid a 40% exit tax. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200,000 million. I love that. That's pretty good. Anyway, CNBC's triggered. And we'll see how this goes. Obviously, it's not going to pass. It has no chance. At least for the next 2 years, it's possible, theoretically, that Democrats could get, like, I don't know, 55 seats in the Senate in 2022. Possibly. Maybe. Right? And even then, it probably wouldn't pass. So, either way, this is interesting. And I love reading what, articles, or what publications like CNBC have to say about things that actually would actually affect their bottom line. So, get fucked. All right. Did I see Psaki on CNN? Feel free to link me on Twitter. Send me a DM real quick. What's up with the Cuomo stuff? I completely forgot about that. To my understanding, a former aide to Cuomo came out about sexual abuse several months ago, but renewed that and added more details after the nursing home scandal, and then was corroborated by another former aide of Cuomo, who said that Cuomo asked them, or rather not even asked, but demanded that they play strip poker on an airplane with them. Really gross stuff. I gotta get into that. I completely forgot about that. The fair share for billionaires is a bullshit concept. That's correct. Yes, it is.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. And, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
Psaki is garbage. Like, she is legit trash. The article, so let's talk about the imagined but never proven claims made, but never on the hundreds of positives. Exactly, basically. There are 3? Oh, shit. When did the, okay. I gotta get into this. I'm so sorry for not being on top of that. I was going to, and then I forgot because I'm a piece of garbage. Give white men a chance is trending on Twitter. That's all that they've ever needed for their entire lives, is just a chance, White men historic for not having a chance. They've been... Let me check this. All I see are people making fun of the hashtag, so success. Just happened last night. Okay, maybe I'll try to talk about the Cuomo stuff tomorrow. Someone send me that if you can. I would really appreciate that. Alright, folks. Alright. No one's burning Seuss books. Actually, Anastasia, you have this wrong. The woke mob is burning Dr. Seuss books. They're committing war crimes against humanity by saying that the book was racist. I know, you might not know about these war crimes, but... Alright, speaking of war crimes, and also crimes against humanity. She is, but I just wanted to see more Milky Mommy. Who are we talking about? Who's the Milky Mommy? Hello, Lindsay. You can't just say Milky Mommy in the chat room and not direct me to where the Milky Mommy is located. Saki! Saki's not a Milky Mommy. Come on. Come on. Boo! Not a Milky Mommy. Fake news. Fake news. Nope, nope, nope. Alright. So, I saw this absolute garbage trending a couple days ago, and I wanted to talk about this. It's, you know, but... so, there is a video of a news reporter doing a feel-good piece on a 7-year-old that apparently has brain surgery or brain cancer or something going on. And she's selling lemonade at like a coffee store to raise money for brain surgery. What? Right? But this is amazing. Oh, she's a hustler. She's doing a great job. Look at her go. Let's watch.
Hi, so I'm here with Liza. We're at Savage's Bakery with her lemonade stand here. So tell us, what are you raising money for with your lemonade stand?
Well, I'm raising money to have brain surgery, so, yeah.
Come out, buy some lemonade, right?
Yeah, come out to buy some lemonade. It's only...
Like, the idea. Now, again, it's good. I'm not saying that journalists necessarily, like, use this for exploitation, right? But the idea that someone has to sell, a 7-year-old has to sell lemonade, and that's presented as, like you're, like, when you're sitting at the, like, on the sofa and you're watching the news, and you're like, wow, ain't that girl a real good, like, wow, ain't that uniquely American? This is just...
25 cents, and for the lemonade, the cookies you see back here that you can't really see, but they're $1, and the candy canes that are right there that you can see, it's $1 too. So I like to just have them extra to just make sure that I get enough money to have, you know, surgery.
So come out to Savage's Bakery. We'll be shooting this interview and some video here in the next hour or so, and you can tune into CBS 42 today to watch my full story. Hi.
So again, this is a dystopian disaster of a society. Like, you're gonna sell lemonade 25 cents a pop to raise money for a multi-fucking $100,000 surgery? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry, man, but this is, like, ridiculous shit. Like, and this is not the first time we've seen a story like this, right? This is not the first fucking time that we've seen a fucking story like this, where you have a kid who needs I was in a situation where I had a fucking medical procedure when I was young, around 13 years old. And after I had the medical procedure, my insurance, or, like, you know, my parents' insurance, refused to pay for it. And that resulted in us having to declare bankruptcy, losing our house, and losing everything I ever had as a kid. Because an insurance company was like, fuck that kid. We're not going to pay for that insurance. We're not going to pay for that fucking medical procedure, right? And that destroyed my family's lives for no fucking reason, right? And this is something that's so disgusting to me, that we don't have a universal healthcare system in this fucking country. Seeing these, like, oh, these feel-good stories. This is look, she's a true American. Yeah, And that's not a good thing. No one should be 7 years old and have to worry about how they're going to afford a life-saving surgical procedure, right? And again, like, the idea that this is presented as if it's like, oh, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. Oh, look at her. I'm sorry. This is just ludicrous garbage. And I just wanted to point out just how disgusting it is that we live in this fucking disgusting country that doesn't give a fuck about its citizens whatsoever. Captain Spock, shut the fuck up, dude. No, I'm sorry. It's fake. I don't give a fuck. It can be completely fake. That doesn't change the fact that this situation happens all the time. Come on, Spock. You're fucking around too much. Oh no, it's fake. Oh! I don't give a fuck if you've spent years in children's hospitals. When you say that, like, what are you saying? Like, are you defending the idea that, like, children should have to... I don't understand what your critique is here. It is offensive to kids that have died from real diseases. What does that mean, real diseases, dude? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you saying... Okay, so let's assume this kid is fake. Alright, she doesn't need brain surgery. And? How is that offensive to a kid that died from a... How is that offensive to a kid that died? The kid's dead. They can't be offended. What are you talking about, dude? Come on. Like, come on. Is that she had insurance? And? Not all insurance pays for everything. I had insurance when I had a fucking medical procedure. And they chose, after my medical procedure, not to pay for it. So what if you have insurance? That doesn't mean anything. How do you know she doesn't have a $5,000 deductible on that insurance? Come on, dude. Come on. You're cringing out here. Like, Spock, come on. Like, I'm not trying to be yelling at you too much, but, like, when I'm doing a story about how a 7-year-old has to deal with this kind of shit, and I look at the chat room and see you saying dumb shit, I'm sorry, man. I get triggered. Like, I'm just triggered. Like, plain and simple. Like, who cares if it's fake? It can be the fakest thing in the world. That doesn't change the fact that it's presented as a feel-good story to say, oh, isn't that uniquely American? Like, come on. Come on, come on. You're being a little ridiculous here, buddy. Dead kids are the most vicious on Twitter. They will roast your ass from the astral realm. Oh. It's alright, y'all. We're all allowed to have a bad take every once in a while. But that doesn't mean that our bad take should be dealt with and not be mocked. This is when I read Captain Spock's messages.
Unbelievable.
The fucking comment at the end is so good. You act key serious a lemonade stand that can make $20 to drill with a 6-figure bill. You are being ridiculous. What? Captain Spock, like, the fact that you're doubling down on this is just ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? You act key serious a lemonade stand that can make $20 to drill with a 6-figure bill. You are being ridiculous. How is that ridiculous? I'm pointing out how the situation at hand is ridiculous. What? Like, are you high or something? Are you, like, you say, like, you're smoking too much weed or something, bro. Like, chill the fuck out. Yes, it's ridiculous. That's the fucking point. That's why I fucking covered the story, because it's fucking ridiculous. I need to drink more coffee. I'm sorry to hear that, Captain Spock. I really am. But what do you mean it's offends me to see these people misportray kids' medical care in this country? What does that mean? Like, what is the misportrayal? That she doesn't need money? Maybe she doesn't. I don't know. But, like, I don't understand what the point is. Are you saying that all child care is free? Because I know that that's not true. Like, again, when I was a child, I had a medical procedure. The insurance company decided not to pay for it, and I lost my house. Are you saying that my experience is fake because kids have a free ride or something? I don't understand the point. I literally have no idea what you're trying to say. Yeah, of course you can't pay for it with a lemonade stand. Of course. The whole point was that it's ridiculous that a kid is out there trying to get on the news by doing these feel-good hustle culture stories. That's the point. The point of showing the fucking video was that it was ridiculous. I'm not going out there saying, oh, look at her. Like, I don't who, are you yelling at the video or are you yelling at me? I don't know what you're doing. I have no idea what you're doing right now. And I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you upset. I just don't understand the criticism, and I don't understand why you're, leveling it at us. It means that we have children's hospitals for serious things. No one has to deal with stress over who pays for it. We take care of our kids. It is a fiction. No, what you are spinning is a fiction. Like, again, I had medical procedures when I was a kid 10 years ago. So unless this is something that just started, unless, Trump secretly, under the wall, under the radar, put in a secret child care insurance program. No, that's not true. Children do not get a free ride. Maybe in whatever state you live in, they've got a program that's supplemental, but not in the South. Not anywhere in the Middle East, or in the Midwest. Okay, so only brain surgery is covered in this fictitious health insurance program? What is your point, dude? For life-threatening stuff, they do. They will do the procedure and then hit you afterward with a medical bill. That's how it works. They won't deny doing the procedure. They will do the procedure and then they will hit you with the bill. That's what happened to me. I had a life-saving surgery when I was young. They did the procedure. The insurance was like, just kidding. And then I got hit with a fucking multiple $10,000 bill. I am not too emotional to see your point. You are lying. Either you are lying or you are misinformed. Kids do not get a free ride. Maybe they do in California. Maybe. But nowhere else, buddy. Nowhere else. Let me look at... Where's this story? Let me look at the state where this story is. Alabama. You think they've got this supplemental child care ultra insurance in Alabama? Alabama. I'm happy that you're in California or wherever you are, but you think that they've got the ultra super duper insurance in Alabama? Yes, there are charities that will help pay for things. That does not mean that all childcare is free. I have also lived it, Captain Spock. I also had a life-threatening and life-saving surgery that my insurance company didn't pay for when I was a kid. It's not every single kid in the world gets a free ride because of a charity organization that does, again, amazing work. but they can't cover everyone. What is your argument that we shouldn't have Medicare for all because kids already get free care? What is your argument? I don't understand your point here. We should have a governmental program that provides free healthcare at the point of service to every citizen, not just children. It should not be on the backs of charity organizations. Hello, Bodan. You've got me in the chat as well. Oh my god, Bodan's got main character syndrome. Bodan's like, hello, I am here. What's going on here, everyone? I am Bodan. Like, again, Spock, I'm happy, like, that your situation didn't involve medical bankruptcy. I'm sorry to hear about your personal experience, right? And I'm glad that you didn't have to deal with medical bankruptcy. But I had to deal with medical bankruptcy because I had a surgery when I was a kid. You are factually wrong. The fake thing you showed, how is it fake? What does that mean that it's fake? Do you think they're all actors? Like she doesn't really have brain cancer or whatever else? Like what is the fake aspect? You think they have ultra super duper childcare in Alabama? They have ultra super duper childcare in Alabama? Bodan, hello, I'm here. I am here, everybody. I'm Bodan. Well, whatever it was. Like, I've got the fucking article open. Hold up. 3 malformations that have been causing grand mal seizures. So she has seizures. Okay. Took her health into her own hands, creating a special lemonade and selling it at a stand inside of a Homewood bakery to help pay for the cost of her medical care. Lisa was recently diagnosed with a disorder called schizencephaly, or a cleft in the frontal lobe on the right side of her brain. Each glass of lemonade, blah, blah, blah. Between her lemonade stand and the Mighty Cause fundraiser campaign, she has raised more than $256,000. Yeah, that's good. Like, so she did a lemonade stand to get on the news so that she could get charities to look at her case and then get paid, okay? That's bad now? Finally, the stream can start. Bodan is here. Yeah, the family is also accepting donations via mail that can be sent to her mother's bakery. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, come on, Spock? Like, I wish people under the age of 18 had super duper ultra insurance nationwide. But that's not the world that we live in. I wish it was. I truly wish it was. If it was, my life would be a hell of a lot different. I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now doing this live show if we had super duper ultra insurance. I'd probably have finished high school. I'd probably be in college. My mom would probably still be alive. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. So now I'm sitting here in my bedroom getting mad on the internet. Alright, I'll take it. Not only does the USA sometimes choose to let kids die, but they will also do these life-saving surgical procedures and then make their families get stuck with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollar bills. That's what happened in my situation. I had a life-saving surgical procedure, and then the insurance company was like, all right, you know that thing we said we'd pay for? Psych. And then my mom got stuck with about $50,000 to $60,000 of debt that she couldn't pay for, and it resulted in us losing our house. That resulted in her losing her job. That resulted in her not having health insurance for her own. That resulted in her having unchecked cancer. That resulted in her dying. I'm sorry, man. But like, this world that we live in, where like, you know, people die or people get hit with unreasonable medical debt, it's not a good world. And I hope that you, in your situation, did have the ultra super duper mega insurance, but not everyone does. The interviewer was horrible when she said, "Tune in to see my..." Yeah, that's what I wanted to point out. I wanted to point out was how the coverage of that situation was disgusting and why we need a Medicare for all system. And I don't know why Captain Spock got so upset about that. I really don't. And I'm sorry. And again, I'm really sorry that you had to deal with that, Captain Spock. But again, like, your situation is not indicative of everyone else's situation. Anyway, Bodan is here, so let's get the show on. Fuck me. God damn. Alright, Jesus. Alright, y'all, we're gonna need a vibe reset. Let me drink some water. We need to chill. Everyone's fine. We're all friends here. Just want to say, everyone's allowed to fuck up. People are allowed to have bad takes. It's okay. Like, it's fine. People are okay when they have bad takes. As long as they, don't dig their heels in for too long. It's okay. So I don't want anyone hating anyone. I don't want anyone holding grudges. We're all friends here. Everyone should be happy. Let's get on with the news and let's make fun of Nazis, because that's what I'm about to do. Oh my God, I forgot to play the laugh track. Jesus Christ. Alright. So, I wanted to play this clip. This is something. JL, $5. Yeah, group hug. Bodan, fucking Bodan. I just want to read that message again. Bodan, you've got me in the chat as well. It's just, like, that's what I love, people that aren't native English speakers, like, because they come up with like these amazing ways to create sentences. Not, hey, I'm here, or like, but you've got me in the chat as well. Like, again, just every aspect of that sentence is beautiful. You've got me in the chat, instead of something like, hey, I'm here, or how's it going, or like, hey, I just got here, sorry, I'm like, no, it's you've got me in the chat, and then at the end, unnecessarily as well, like, just so that we know Bodan is here in addition to everyone else. Like, so it's not just that Bodan is here. You've got me in the chat. It's you've got me in the chat as well. We're all here together, including Bodan. It's just, it's amazing. God damn. God ass damn. Fucking, you've got me in the chat as well. Jesus. Not that Nate. Fucking. Alright, so I want to talk a little bit about, there's a big Nazi problem in the United States of America. And one of the most popular internet Nazis is Nick Fuentes. So you may know that there is this Nazi that was elected to Congress in North Carolina, Madison Cawthorn, right? The guy that just always, he visited Adolf Hitler's vacation home, and it was on his bucket list. He loves Adolf Hitler. He finally got to see the Fuhrer's vacation home. Madison Cawthorn campaigned on his opponent. Basically, he put out an advertisement saying his opponent is hiring non-white males with the intent to ruin the lives of white males. Madison Cawthorn objected to the election counting. Madison Cawthorn is a self-described Nazi. He has sexually harassed dozens of people in his college, right? The guy is a full-blown neo-Nazi, but you may know this. Madison Cawthorn is in a wheelchair, right? So here is this is my thing here. I do not understand why you would be a neo-Nazi if you are not in all the capacities, like straight white, able-bodied, male. Like, why would you be a disabled Nazi? What is the point? Because if you are, then you've got Nick Fuentes saying things like this.
I'll give you another example of this from somebody I've talked about on my show before, Madison Cawthorn. Madison Cawthorn, the perfect guy for politics. Handsome, tall, wheelchair bound. Wheelchair bound. You know what I don't understand, and I don't know if this is deliberate, I don't know if this is a play on words, but why is this guy always talking about standing up? Is it just me? Every speech, every tweet, I'm gonna take a stand. How? How are you gonna do that? I'll give you another.
Again, Nick Fuentes, one of the largest neo-Nazi commentators, right, just is doing stand-up routines about how, oh yeah, this guy agrees with all of our policy agenda, but he's in a wheelchair, so fuck him. Like, again, why are there queer Nazis? Why are there black Nazis? Why are there disabled Nazis, etc., etc.? When the Nazis gain power, you're gonna fucking get burned like the rest of us. I don't understand that bullshit. I really, really don't. Again, they maybe will get some token points in the Republican Party, but at the end of the day, when the people they support get the power that you want them to have, again, Madison Cawthorn wanted Trump to be installed as king. That's what he tried to do. His first act in Congress was to get Trump installed as a king. Right? And these are Trump's most fervent supporters. Ones that just don't give a flying fuck about the disabled folks. Why would you ever try to get these people in power? It is fucking ludicrous. It is ludicrous. And I've got another clip of Nick Fuentes I'm going to play right here. This guy also went to CPAC and had some other very interesting things to say. So, let's watch. So he is leading his cringe 4chan army into CPAC to try to get people to take all their masks off. Freedom! Freedom!
Take it off! 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 This ain't a strip club, fellas. I'm sorry.
That's really funny. That's really funny. I'm sorry. I gotta.
Take it off! This ain't a strip club, fellas. I'm sorry.
Only warning you get if you do not leave the property now, Orange County will be asked to escort you off property.
Did you take the mask off?
Police asked
In cuffs!
Alright. We made our point. We're good. CPAC sucks. It's gay. It's not gay.
Again, this is the insurgent movement in the Republican Party. This is the far right-wing movement. They don't care about Republicans. All the black Republicans, all the female Republicans, all the disabled Republicans, hell, all the old Republicans. You are just as expendable as the rest of us, motherfuckers, in the eyes of the people that are going to be taking your job in the next 10 years. So I don't understand what these dumb motherfuckers are up to, right? I really, really don't. The idea that you're willing to kill yourself for things, for ideologies that would kill you, I'm sorry, it's ludicrous. It's the ultimate beta male cuck shit. Seriously. Right? Seriously. Right? I can't imagine dedicating my life to a political ideology that when it would be in effect would end up with me getting killed. What's the fucking point? I really don't understand. Anyway, conservatism is brain rot. All these people are dumb as hell. And to be honest, there's the part of me that says they deserve it. Madison Cawthorn kind of deserves it, right? What the fuck are you doing? These old people being mocked and harassed, they deserve it. What the fuck are you doing? All these black conservatives, in a way, they deserve it. All the queer conservatives, in a way, they deserve it. Because guess what? When your ideology wins, you're on the chopping block, just as I am. In fact, you'd probably be on the chopping block sooner, because you're going to be in their camps. And when they get that power, you're going to be right there next to them, sleeping in the bunk bed. You're going to wake up with a knife in your fucking chest, right? Whereas I'm probably going to be hiding somewhere. So think about that, you dumb fuck. Anyway, that's my segment on Nazis in America. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. I mean, I understand, I like wishing that they all get the virus, but again, if they do, they're going to go to other hotels, they're going to spread it to other people that don't deserve it, they're going to kill people, so that's why it's a big problem. You know, all these people are fucking cringe. Fucking cringe lord losers. Oh. Yo, real quick, I've been like having way too much caffeine lately. Send that to me in a DM or an email if you wouldn't mind, CIA. I've been having way too much caffeine. So on Sunday, I had like probably like 600 or 700 milligrams of caffeine. Yesterday, I probably had like 400. Today, I've probably had like 400 already, and it's not even noon. I think I might take another coffee break over. I don't know. I've been having a lot of caffeine lately, and it's starting to get to the point where it's like negatively impacting my days. So, yeah. What's that in cups of coffee? Well, the average cup of coffee has like 90 milligrams or some shit. So about like 8 or 9. But I've been making my coffee a little stronger than I should, and that's way too much. Yeah, it's way too much. I don't know. So it's kind of a problem for me right now. But you know. Yesterday I was having like some minor heart palpitations, you know, so it's like, oh no. I've also, like, other, like, life problems. I have been having such a hard time sleeping with my back. For whatever reason, my back just hurts so much when I sleep. Like, I sleep on my side. I drink cold brew exclusively. I sleep on my side, and for whatever reason, I wake up in pain. I don't know why. I can't sleep on my back. Like, that's like the most comfortable, but I can't fall asleep on my back for whatever reason. Try a Mr. Pillow. I think you fucked up the joke, Bob. God damn it. What part of my back hurts? Like the lower back? Ground out your bed. What? Ground out bed. Lower back equals a shortage of vitamin D? Are you sure? Can someone else verify that? Yoga streams will get the viewers. Oh my god. I walk every day. What do you mean I don't get any sun, you freak show? You don't fucking know me. I go outside for at least like an hour a day. I got a window right here. The sun's beaming into my brain. Maybe, yeah, maybe I should get some more vitamin D. You're supposed to sleep on your side or stomach. That's good, because that's normally how I sleep. I'm just getting old. Stop it. Stop it. No. I need some night cream. Rotate your mattress. I just rotated it like 2 weeks ago or so. I've got a shortage of D. That is absolutely certain. Whether it be the vitamin or in other capacities. There's definitely a shortage going on. I only sit on my bed for, I mean, maybe doing the Sunday Runday was, maybe that was impactful. Normally when I'm not streaming, I'm like walking around or like laying down or whatever. But maybe doing the Sunday stream was, maybe that did damage. Because I guess that's when it started. It was Sunday and then last night. So maybe that's why. You gotta bounce. Alright. Stomach sleep is by far the worst. Are you sure? What's poppin', Paul? Are you sure stomach sleeping is the worst? I oscillate between side and stomach. Stomach sleeping is definitely not recommended. Are you serious? Have I been doing some serious damage? "34 years stomach sleeper." Stomach sleeping is the best. I'm getting conflicting reports here. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Tomorrow morning, I think, Zero and Alicia. Should I just get a chair? What do y'all think? Look at me, I'm yawning. I've had like 2 cups of coffee already. 2 of these big ass elephants of coffee. I'm already yawning. Get a standing desk? That's like several $1,000s. I would like a standing desk. That'd be pretty cool if I could like walk around, you know. Maybe I'll get the handheld mic and go like whoop-a-doop-a-doo-dah, whoa, right? Can do some of that stuff. A $50 desk from IKEA? Make a standing desk. That's a long process. With a crank. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate the feedback. You know, I'm trying to... I think it was maybe just streaming all day on Sunday that might have done the damage. I don't lean forward. Sometimes I do, like when I do this. Whoa, right? But I don't, you know. Go see a fucking chiropractor that won't screw you? If I'm gonna go see someone in the middle of a pandemic, the only way I would see them is if they did screw me. I'm sorry. I'm not going to, like, fucking see a fucking chiropractor in the middle of a fucking pandemic. I'll wait. Jesus. I can show you how to DIY a standing desk. As long as it doesn't collapse and break all of my electronics. That's really, that's what I'm nervous about. Alright, folks. So, a lot of you may not know this. And, a lot of you may be very confused to hear this. But, I have been in favor of hashtag force the vote for a very long time. I may have made videos critical of certain individuals within the hashtag force the vote community, but that was because at the end of the day, what I really wanted was to hashtag force the vote. Now you may be wondering, what? This is breaking news. I thought you worked for a health insurance company. That's all very true. However, me working for MSNBC has nothing to do with the fact that Bernard Sanders is vowing to force the vote on a $15 minimum wage. So, let's read. This is from The Hill. Senate Budget Committee Chairman Bernard Sanders says Democrats should ignore the recent ruling of the Senate parliamentarian and is vowing to force the Senate to vote this week on an amendment to set the federal minimum wage at $15 an hour. Sanders on Monday declared he would not back down on his signature wage initiative after the Senate parliamentarian ruled last week that a provision setting the federal minimum wage, who cares, blah, 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 she's a dumb bitch. My personal view is that the idea that we have a Senate staffer, a high-ranking staffer, deciding whether 30 million Americans can get a pay raise or not is nonsensical. We have got to make the decision, not a staffer who's unelected. So my own view is that we should ignore the rulings, the decision of the parliamentarian. Fucking just ignore them. Not even overrule it. Like, Bernie, I think, should vote, like, you know, should try to get Kamala to overrule it. But not even just, like, just ignore it. Like, I love that. You know what we should also do? Just ignore the Senate. Like, I love you, Bernie. But, like, honestly, the Senate's a little bit of bullshit. Can we just ignore the whole Senate, too? Why stop at the Senate parliamentarian when we can just ignore the entire Senate? I'm just saying. Sanders added, given the enormous crises facing this country and the desperation of working families, we have got to, as soon as possible, end the filibuster. Bernie was kind of waffling on the filibuster for a while, even during the 2020 presidential campaign. So I'm really happy that he's finally just fully throated saying he wants to end the filibuster. That's great. We cannot have a minority of members define what the American people want. Sanders said he will force a vote on an amendment raising the federal minimum wage this week. To the best of my knowledge, there will be a vote on the minimum wage, and we'll see what happens. He said, I intend to offer the bill that will raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, and we'll see how the votes go. If we fail in this legislation, I will be back, he warned. We are going to keep going. God bless Bernard Sanders. We are going to raise the minimum wage very shortly to $15 an hour, he said. God bless. Senator Elizabeth Warren, D. Mass., another leading Senate progressive, on Monday said she favors a vote to overrule the parliamentarian. I agree, she said. But Warren said the Senate filibuster rule, which requires 60 votes to pass most controversial legislation, is the biggest obstacle facing President Biden's agenda. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck Elizabeth Warren. Anyway, this is great. And I saw that there was a follow-up to this morning. Another article on The Hill, because I had this one bookmarked, and then when I went to check it this morning, there was another one in the recommended feed. This is a good idea, folks. Hashtag force the vote. All those motherfuckers that won't support hashtag the vote, all those motherfuckers, right? Someone back me up here. Where is it? Where's my lovely audio?
There's who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers.
Fucking hashtag the vote. I love hashtag the vote, dude. God bless hashtag the vote. That was probably really loud. Anyway, so we've got a part 2 to this. So liberal senators and outside pressure groups are steaming over the Senate's seeming failure to move a COVID-19 relief package with a provision hiking the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour. An adverse decision from the Senate parliamentarian means Democrats can't move blah blah blah. Who gives a shit? This is leading to calls to overrule or fire the parliamentarian, or to get rid of the filibuster, which essentially requires legislation to secure 60 votes. If we can get rid of the filibuster out of this whole bizarre bullshit, that's a huge win. That's a huge fucking win. So I'm just saying. Senator Bernard Sander, the Senate's leading proponent of the $15 minimum wage, on Monday called on Democratic colleagues to ignore the parliamentarian. I already read that, blah, blah, blah. Now, what does Joe Manchin have to say? The problem for Sanders and other liberals is that it does not appear Democrats have even the 50 votes in their caucus to pass the $15 minimum wage or to end the filibuster using the so-called nuclear option. Senator Joe Manchin, D.W. opposes the $15 minimum wage, though he does support raising it to $11 an hour and indexing it to inflation. Without his vote, Democrats don't even have 50 in the Senate. When it comes to the filibuster, both Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, D. Ayres, oppose doing away with it. Manchin on Monday signaled growing frustration with questions about his position. Asked if he might change his mind on the filibuster at some point, he turned around and yelled at reporters, "Never! Jesus Christ! What don't you understand about never?" he grumbled. Liberals appear to want to raise pressure on Manchin, Sinema, and their own leaders to take some kind of action, given the party's control of the House, Senate, and the White House. They want to force a vote on the $15 minimum wage, daring Manchin to oppose it. And they are calling for Democrats to overrule the Senate parliamentarian, who last week determined that the COVID-19 relief package cannot pass with a simple majority vote under the special budgetary rules. Everything blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Senate Majority Whip Dick Durbin, not to be confused with the pickle, and the White House both pushed back against the idea of overruling Mac on Monday. I don't think that's going to work. I hope that we think very seriously about blah, 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 blah. I don't think it only works when Republicans do it. Reminder, Republicans have fired and reinstituted a parliamentarian many times. They've overruled the parliamentarian many times. It only works when Republicans want to overrule a parliamentarian. Feel free. The door is wide open. When a Democrat does, all of a sudden, oops. Can't do it. It's the parliamentarian. An unelected person gets to make the rules. Yeah, no. It's a parliamentarian, guys. Come on. When the Republicans, though, it's like, parliamentarian, shit fucking matarian. Let's get a new one. When it's Democrats, it's, Mitch McConnell's parliamentarian is so noble, so peaceful, so brave. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki separately reiterated that White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain's dismissal of a vote to overrule the parliamentarian. The battle over the minimum wage put a spotlight on Democratic divisions on Monday. Nearly 24 House progressives called on President Biden and Vice President Harris to overturn the parliamentarian's ruling, something that would require the support of all 50 Senate Democrats plus Harris's tie-breaking vote. 81 million people cast their ballots to elect you on a platform that called for a $15 minimum wage, the progressive lawmakers wrote in a letter to Biden and Harris. We urge you to keep the promise and call on the presiding officer of the Senate to refute the Senate parliamentarians' advice and maintain the $15 minimum wage provision in the American Rescue Plan, they wrote. Senator Elizabeth Warren, D-Mass, another influential progressive who ran a strong campaign for president, that's fake news, historical revisionism, said Monday she supports a vote to overrule the parliamentarian, but said the bigger problem is the Senate's filibuster rule, which requires the legislation to pass with 60 votes if it faces procedural objections. Reminder that the filibuster only exists because they wanted to retain even though they had minorities, they wanted to make sure black people couldn't vote. That's why the filibuster exists. I'm not even joking. The filibuster's not in the Constitution. The Senate, written in the Constitution, is a majority vote. In this context, 51 votes and you can pass anything. You could pass, like destroying the Department of Defense if you wanted to with 51 votes, right? According to the Constitution. But during the Jim Crow era, right, in the Reconstruction era, they were like, wait a second, the Republicans at the time, the good guys, have too much power. So what we got to do is we got to create this rule so that they can't let black people vote. And then in Jim Crow, they reiterated black people shouldn't be allowed to vote, right? The 1940s, 50s, and 60s, no, why would black people be allowed to vote, right? And then, all of a sudden, with enough strong-arming, right, you got the Civil Rights Act, right? That kind of shit. So I want you to understand, the filibuster is purely, it's not partially racist. It's not founded on racism. It's all of the above. And then some. If you support the filibuster, you are a racist. End of story. There is no if. There is no and. There is no but the parliamentarian, bro. No, sorry. You're a racist piece of garbage if you support the fucking filibuster. End of story. Outside groups are increasingly irritated by what they see as impotency on the part of the party. The Democratic Party, they should do whatever in their power they need to do to deliver on this. It's a signature promise, said Joseph Givargisi, executive director of Our Revolution, a political action group that grew out of Sanders' 2016 presidential campaign. It should be full bore ahead, he said, adding that a vote to overrule the parliamentarian or to replace her should be on the table. If there's a will, there's a way to get this done. They also said if Democrats abandon the push for a $15 per hour minimum wage, they do so at their peril. What you're seeing is the progressive wing of the Democratic Party coalescing around signaling that this is critically important, he said. Brian Fallon, the executive director of Demand Justice, another progressive advocacy group, is also urging Senate Democrats to overrule the parliamentarian. Overrule the parliamentarian or end the filibuster. Senate process is not an excuse for failure to get results, he tweeted. If it's the considered position of Democrats to just take what they can get now on major COVID relief package and then settle for the parliamentarians' ruling on minimum wage, okay. But to me, that means that they have to be willing to follow through. Ultimately, to get rid of the filibuster, to pass the minimum wage, and a bunch of other things, he said. It is unclear how Democrats can get the $15 minimum wage to Biden's desk without some dramatic change. Republicans, who have offered support for raising the federal minimum wage, have backed smaller increases over lengthier periods of time. Without protection from the budget rules, Democrats need the support of 10 Senate Republicans to pass minimum wage legislation with the 60 votes needed to overcome the filibuster. Fuck the filibuster. All my homies hate the filibuster. Force the fucking vote, bitch. Let's get this shit done. Man, I need some water. Holy fuck. God damn. How's everyone doing today? Can I get a vibe check? Vibe check, folks. Waiting on my weed guy. Hell yes. Vibin'. Max, where's Max? Max is right here. The dog. What's poppin', Lilith? Vibes are good. Vibes are great. Vibe. Riding with biting? I'm also riding with biting. I often riding with biting. Developing film in the sink. That sounds fun. What does force the vote even mean? Like making everyone go and vote for the president? The presidential election was a couple months ago, Bodan. You may have heard of it. That means vote on the $15 minimum wage in the Senate. That's what that means. Do I have Instagram? No, I don't. Today is blech. What's troubling you? Boofire, how can I help? I prefer riding over biting. I prefer both riding and biting, personally. Yeah, I got more news. Hold the fucking phone, buddy. I'm making sure my viewers are comfortable here. I gotta make sure everyone's happy. Yeah, I got more shit. Jesus, come on. Everyone, we gotta cool our jets here. Come on, y'all.
Get your words straight, Jack.
So, I'm comfortable. Hell yes. You helped my day get better. That means a lot. Thank you. Slightly enraged vibes, but not actually. That sounds good. Contentious professional. Are you talking about me? Because, okay, I'll take it. Any news on Jimothy? I've actually got some Jimothy cope lined up. Well, more specifically, some Brie cope. That's why I turned on the TV today, so your smile could help me break through my sadness. I don't smile that often. Right? I can only smile ironically. He's king in the castle. I have a chair. That would be correct, Bodan. I don't smile a lot. That is fake news. Do you will get. Try that again, Damien. Do you will get. That sounds like fucking SpongeBob from that episode where he forgets how to make a Krabby Patty. Do you how do? Fucking do you how do? Do you how do? Fucking do you. Alright, y'all, we got some cope coming in. Let me look for some more crispy cringe. real quick before I start the segment. Jesus Christ. Ugh. You smile when bad things happen to bad people. That is true. My English teachers wasn't good here. I bet. Do you how do? What bappin'? Yes. My God. Alright, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm just absorbing this cringe before we get into it. My lord. Coupon code, stolen votes. We all see the hopeful smile behind the tsundere cynicism. That's my response. Everyone who votes Lindell for president gets 75% off a new MyPillow. I've been thinking about getting a MyPillow and burning it live on stream. I'm still catching up. 6 more minutes to listen to Andrea's rumbling. Fucking rumbling. Yeah, I got this like bruise here. Do you see this? You see that bruise? What is that? It's like actually kind of painful. Like, I don't remember hitting my arm on anything. Did I do that in the middle of the night, maybe? Like, what is this? What is that? Does anyone know what that is? Scares the shit out of me. Zed's dead, baby. The thing that's weird about this bruise is it goes like right down my vein line. Should I be worried about that? Like it goes like you see my vein and then it goes like it's right on there. Should I be, is that a problem? Like what does that mean? I just now know, like I didn't realize, I was like in slight pain and then I rolled up my sleeve and now I've got this like, what is that? Is that bad? That could be it's an infection? What does that mean? Could be a problem, maybe Motherfucker, shut up. You can't say sepsis. It's a bruise. It's not wiki veins. That's weird. Stop shooting at me. Okay, I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have asked. This is what I get for asking questions. If you see it going pink or red or getting hot, then it's a problem, but it looks like it's already healing. What does that mean? Like, if you think it's going pink or red? It's a bruise. Do bruises get pink? I've never had a pink bruise before. Better start getting. Better get looking up lemonade recipe. Could be a fucking bruise. It could be a fucking. It very well could be. It could be a fucking bruise. I didn't know bruises became pink. If it triggers a blood clot, it'll. I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have asked. This is what I get for asking for unsolicited, or soliciting rather, medical advice on stream. A blood clot? What? You're telling me I'm like, what the fuck? What does that mean? I've never. Is that bad? It's a. You can't fuck with me. I'm a hypochondriac. You can't like just say, oh yeah, you might have a blood clot. It's possible. To me, that means I'm going to die. That's what that means to me. When I hear blood clot, I hear death. That's what I hear. I'm right-handed. I can't lose my right hand. I'm right motherfucking handed, y'all. It's the Russians. It's not the Russians. This is my right arm, you fuck. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? You almost died from a blood... I don't want to almost die. You can't just go telling me it's a blood-ass clot. Like, it looks like a bruise. I just don't remember hitting anything. Maybe I did, though. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't want to die. I'm not planning on dying. Like, what would I have gotten a bruise from? Like, whacking my arm on a table? I don't remember doing that. Oh my god, Bodan. Motherfucker. Here I am for trying to provide entertainment and y'all are giving me a death sentence. Yours looks good. Okay, so Smia. Okay, Smia. Let me understand this, okay? So, you had a bruise. Like, you banged your leg against something, and the bruise turned into a blood clot? Or you had a blood clot that looked like a bruise? What is the, like, what is the game plan here? What is the story? Can you give me the story in full? Yes, I made map 5 and Nova 2. I'll be fine. Well, I thought I would be fine, and I was like, hey, look, I got a bruise. And then now y'all telling me I'm going to die of a blood clot. Like, guys, I don't know if I'll be able to be okay. I don't know what's happening. Yellow equals healing equals good. It's not yellow. It's like brown. What is that color? It's like brownish? Whatever the color of a fucking bruise is. What is the color? Like, you know. Max is fucking licking himself. If the pain increases, well, there is no pain. Like, it's just like, you know, slight to the touch. Like, you know, it's like, it's a bruise. I just don't remember hitting it against anything. You sent me a Healthline article about bruises. I don't know if I want to read a Healthline article about bruises. I don't know if that's going to make my problem better or worse. What the fuck? I looked it up. If a bruise lasts longer than a week, get medical attention. What? Well, I don't know how long I've had the bruise. I just noticed it today. What if I've had it for a couple days? What if I've already had it for a week? I don't know. I've been wearing long sleeves a lot. I don't know. You're fucking me up here, buddy. What the hell? Check on WebMD? I will not check on WebMD. Thank you very much. Bruises and ruses. It's probably too late. Seriously, you're okay. It just looks like a bruise. Stop touching it, and it looks like it's healing. Okay. Now I'm freaking out. I'm sure the coffee is not helping. I promise you'll... Oh my god. If I donate $5, will you move on? You shouldn't have said that, because now I'm going to require you donate $5 before I move on. Now I'm holding the stream hostage. Alright, motherfuckers. Stick 'em up. Stick 'em up, motherfuckers. This is my pretend gun. This is a hairbrush. Stick 'em up. Give me the money. I just don't want to die. Don't make me bonk you with paper towels. It's a small well, it's not that small. It's like the size of my thumb. Let me scale it. It's like the size of half of my thumb. You didn't tell me it was going to be $5 Australian dollars. I feel ripped off. All right, I'm just joking. I'm just Anyway, my leg. Pray for Andrea, 70 Zars. Thank you. All right, all right, so folks, we've got some high key cringe. We've got some high key cringe here. So recently, I have come out as a hashtag Force the Vote supporter. I support hashtag the vote. Just as Jimmy Dore said in his famous clip, right?
They show up today at our town halls who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers.
Right, so I'm endorsing hashtag the vote. Not to be confused with hashtag Force the Vote. I endorse hashtag the vote. And so basically, anyway, so Bernie Sanders came out, saying that he is going to force a vote on a $15 minimum wage in the Senate. And now, one of our favorite people with main character syndrome, Brianna Joy Gray, posts this extremely bizarre, like, gif of the Grinch. Meanwhile, on the day that Dr. Seuss was canceled, can you believe it? But anyway, so she posts this bizarre image, like, again, main character syndrome. Like, she's like, basically, what she posted this gif for was like, ah, yes, my idea that I've championed. Oh, yes. Right, in response to Sanders voting to, or rather, vows to force a vote on a $15 minimum wage. And then you see, like, a bunch of these motherfuckers cue the rad libs pushing or rushing to Bernie's defense after calling those who supported FTV on M4A grifters. Right, so, but I've got this thread here. Someone decided to make a thread that showcases how funny this whole situation is. So if you remember back in December when this whole dumbass force the vote thing with Jimmy Dore and Brianna Joy Gray and the Grift Gang started, AOC responded to it by saying that if you want to force the vote on something like a minimum wage, then I would support that. It's just that we don't have the votes specifically for Medicare for all, right? So the difference here, and I made a video yesterday about Jimbo Dumbo's dumb fuck video, so go watch that one too. But the idea here that these people think Medicare for all and a $15 minimum wage have the same levels of support, I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous, right? So AOC says and goes on, in contrast, you can use leverage to push for things that can happen and change lives, i.e. a $15 minimum wage vote in the first 100 days. Doable. So AOC came out saying that, yeah, I agree with forcing a vote on certain things when they've got more popular support, such as a $15 minimum wage, right? So now you see Brianna Joy Gray go out there with the grifty Grinch emoji. And then we have so many bizarre comments. And I want to say thank you to Hater of Bad Ideas on Twitter for giving us this nice compilation here. AOC never said force the vote on minimum wage. She said we could not force the vote for Medicare for all and pointed to minimum wage increase as one of her excuses. AOC was completely wrong because we didn't force the vote on Medicare for all and didn't get $15 minimum wage, even though Harris could overrule. It's political theater where oligarchs win. Now, I agree with that last sentence. But again, so this person says AOC didn't advocate to force the vote on a $15 minimum wage while linking a tweet of AOC advocating to force the vote on a $15 minimum wage. Apparently, at Kamala Harris didn't get to this message about using leverage she has to overrule the parliamentarian to actually legislate for $15 minimum wage instead of just performative pandering tweets about it. So again, linking AOC's tweet saying that she wanted to force a vote on a minimum wage increase while saying that that's not what she said. So that's some pretty intelligent stuff. She isn't this naive. She has just become her final form, a Democrat. What? And then someone else says, welp. And like again, what? This tweet didn't age well. AOC is a joke, they say. Now again, how does the tweet not age well? What is that like? Okay, so she says in December that forcing a vote on a minimum wage increase would be a lot more likely and doable than doing so on Medicare for all at this current point. And then that exact thing starts to happen, and apparently that's not aging well? I'm just like, what? She traded being tough on Pelosi for a $15 minimum wage vote, which Dems dropped after not actually fighting for it, and for her and her colleagues to be denied important positions of leadership. This is called terrible politicking. This one's good. So apparently Brianna Joy Gray has been like shitting on Cenk Uygur. Cenk Uyghur's been trying to do this, like, getting Bernie to... Basically, from what I understand, Cenk Uygur and the TYT network has been trying to push Bernie to force a vote on the $15 minimum wage with, I believe, a hashtag called Don't Kill It Bernie. I haven't followed it too closely, but a couple people have linked me some stuff. And so Brianna Joy Gray is shitting on that because they have Nancy Pelosi's daughter in some, like, Zoom call or something, which, Nancy Pelosi, she's garbage. Christine Pelosi, she's garbage. That's correct. But if you're trying to get actual legislation passed, hey, maybe, sucking up to the fucking leadership of the party, maybe that's not the worst idea. So I'm just saying. Cenk is arguing for hashtag force the vote. Don't kill it Bernie. Also says we should support Neera's nomination because it would be bad look for Republicans to control the cabinet. So Brianna Joy Gray is part of this like Zoom call or something, and she's basically just leaking out like a bunch of shit and making fun of them the whole time. And again, the next day, Bernie Sanders comes out in favor of hashtag forcing the vote. So I think that this is really funny. And if you look at these replies here, and specifically the quote tweets, let me look at the quote tweets. When you're right, you're right. That's amazing. Yes, because this time the goal, it's just like, again, like there's all these people out there. Look at this one. This is great. More progressives who like to waste time talking about how they think they were right months back, wasting time attacking Force the Vote and focusing on Jimmy Dore, while ignoring a fuckload of us who came out strongly for it. Like, again, you see all these fucking morons, right? Like, again, like, I don't really, like, what else do I do besides play the laugh track? Like, seriously, like, I mean, like, I just, and you look at the replies, like, look at the replies here. Look at the replies. The fucking cough. I love the cough in the laugh track. But again, like, this shit is just hilarious. And it's just really fucking funny. Will people claim it's performative if it doesn't get passed? If Dore talks about it, will people claim it's stupid? Again, I made this video attacking this stupid fucking video here yesterday. But I just want to talk about, like, again, Brianna Joy Gray and the Grift Grinch Squad is just really going hard on this for some reason. Like, I just don't understand. Like, the actual serious political analysis here is that the $15 minimum wage was campaigned on by the Biden-Harris campaign. They did not campaign on Medicare for All. So again, does it suck that they didn't campaign for Medicare for All? Yes, it sucks. It's garbage. I hate them. But they did campaign on a $15 minimum wage. And if they campaigned on something, we should try to hold their feet to the fire. They also campaigned on decriminalizing marijuana, which they can do with executive authority. They could have done it a month ago. They chose not to. They could do it today. They're choosing not to. They could do it tomorrow. I have a guess. They'll choose not to. So we should try to hold their feet to the fire on what they campaigned on, right? And the idea that they're going to go out there and mock that. It's like, oh, I had an idea that was completely different, but it had similar parliamentary procedures, so therefore, I'm the winner of the discourse. I'm sorry, man. But Brianna Joy Gray is a full-time grifter. She doesn't give a fuck about actually advancing political agendas, and all she really cares about is entrenching her brand as some weird, like, you know, counterculture, like, fucking... What's the word? Starts with a C? Contrarian. And it's just, honestly, it's pathetic. And then, like, her and Jimmy and the People's Party are creating this bizarre movement of people that, like, again, there is now legitimate pressure on the president and the Democratic Party to get a $15 minimum wage. Are these people going to be doing phone banking? Are they going to be agitating for it? Nope. That was the goal of the original hashtag Force the Vote by Jimmy Dore, was to disengage and depoliticize people in the online left media space. Right? It's a lot better for those in power to have 1 million+ Jimmy Dore super fans who don't want to actually push for progressive policy than to actually want to push for progressive policy. If I were a health insurance executive and I wanted to throw a couple $1 million at destroying any chance of a Bernie 2024 or any outside political pressure groups from, you know, a leftist perspective, you know what I would have done? I would have done exactly what Jimmy Dore did. I would have put up an impossible standard while watching it fail, right? And then saying, look, everything's impossible, folks. Now, is Jimmy Dore going out there and saying that we need to work for mutual aid organizations? Is he going out there and saying that we need to protest and we need to, like, you know, let's say work with anti-fascist organizations, police abolition organizations? Is Jimmy Dore going out there and promoting communist agendas? Is he going out there supporting the DSA or other outside groups? No. He's going out there and supporting himself. Brianna Joy Gray is going out there and supporting herself. Right? They're not doing outside pressure. They're not doing inside pressure. They're doing self-aggrandizing meme shit on Twitter, and they're accomplishing nothing while convincing and programming their hundreds of thousands of followers that there's nothing that can be done. And that's the problem here. Because there are things that can be done. They just choose to do nothing. And then, when people actually do things, they will make fun of them. They will attack them. Force the Vote, right? The Jimmy Dore, Brianna Joy Gray bullshit. I could not have even dreamt of concocting a better plan to destroy online leftist movements. If I were Michael Bloomberg, I would be sitting pretty right now if I saw Jimmy Dore's Force the Vote videos, because he got exactly what he wanted. And that is a disengaged, depoliticized online left. And it's sad. To be honest, it's sad. But, you know, that's my segment on that. Yeah, I gotta take this off. It's getting a little hot now. Fucking sun's up in my face. Today's program brought to you by the letter C. Yep, that's correct. Whew. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Man, this bruise is really freaking me out. Like, seriously, what's going on there? Take it off. This ain't a strip club, fellas. Come on. But for real though, I'd like to say thank you all for watching the stream. Read your comment above, okay? See what you're doing to me, Andrea. Grin. That's how I desperate for Doom videos. That I start playing slaughter maps that I don't have skill to play. Oh no. I just played Ancient Aliens a couple weeks ago. Or not even, a week-ish ago. Is that Muppets or Sesame Street? What? Holy guacamole. Anyway, folks, I thought I had another bruise on this arm, but it was just the shadow of my monitor. Jeez. Man, I'm bruising all up. I'm like, you know, Leon in that Resident Evil 4 cutscene where he has like this dream where he wakes up and his veins turn black and he goes like, whoa! That's me right now. Okay, good, because the Muppets are canceled. Hell yes. Anyway, thank you all for watching today's show. I appreciate that. Thank you all for giving me some issues. Again, I don't know what's going on with this bruise here, but it's a little scary. But anyway, if you'd like to support the program, and when I say the program, I mean the shitty live stream that I do, you can send me money on Super Chat, like JL, $10. Thank you with the pear praying emoji. Or if you want to make sure YouTube doesn't take 20% of your your money, you can give me money on PayPal, Patreon, or Cash App. And that would really help me out, and I would appreciate that. Yeah, so I just wanted to say I love every single one of you. I hope you all have a great day. I'm happy that I can start the day with y'all, and y'all can start the day with a smile on your face. That's my goal. And I'll be back tomorrow, and the next day, 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 and the next day. Thank you, Mark Gordon, for the $4.99 super chat. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the music is taking too long to load. There it is. God damn it! I fucked it up.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal. Should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. And they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get this sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Get your words straight, Jack.
They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson, or you. They are not accountable to us. They're accountable to whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people. They're not your friends. They are elected servants. And start fucking treating them that way.
I hear Brownie is seconding you in the background.
They're not your fucking friends. They're the people standing in between us and fucking healthcare. They're putting their fucking personal position ahead of that. Don't fucking forget that.
What are you talking about with that, Jimmy?
I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our town hall. Every fucking one of them is selling you out and canceling you for their own personal gain. They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. Views a month, and 12 million views a month. I get 10 to 12 million views a month. I get 10 to 12 million views a month.
Dumb people, liberal people.